So do you know what one of the top fears of every RVer is?
We're going to talk about that, so don't go away.
I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny, and welcome to RV America.
Take a quick minute, hit the subscribe button,
and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we put out our next video.
and don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video.
That's right.
Can you imagine driving down the road
And then, bang! And your tire blows out.
That would be very scary.
Yep. All you're doing is driving on hope and prayer, hoping you can make it to the side of the road.
Yeah, really scary.
Today we're going to talk about 7 safety tips for your tires.
All right.
Let's get started. So the first rule of safety is know when you're supposed to check your inflation, your tire pressure. The old rule of thumb is check them once a month. But one of the safety things we do is check it before each and every travel day. Hey, I interrupt this video to encourage you to stay till the end. We've got a bonus that you won't want to miss. The next thing we need to know is about checking the tire pressure. Did you know you're supposed to check the tire pressure when these tires are cold? So always check them when they're cold, and if you've been traveling, you must let them cool down for about 2 hours before checking the tire pressure. Because as you know, the tire pressure with all the heat will rise up and it will not be a true accurate reading. So the next thing you need to know as far as safety is make sure you've got your load balanced. Did you know that 60% of the RVs on the road have at least one tire overloaded because of the way they packed or just the way the rig's set up? So the point is make sure you get it checked, and when you go to the CAT scale, which are at a lot of the larger gas stations such as Pilot and Love, so check each tire. There's a system that will do that as you roll up on those CAT scales. So the fourth safety tip is know the age of your tires. Did you know on RVs, on most RVs, tires will age out before they wear out? We're so used to it in our cars and our trucks for our tires to get worn out first. You know, you lose your tread. But manufacturers will tell you to change your tires between 5, 6 years, some a little longer, some a little less, but that's always a good rule of thumb. Check your manufacturer's advice for that, but we want to change ours out about every 5 to 6 years. I want to tell you how you can tell the date of your tires or the age of your tires by looking at the DOT stamp. So if you look at this, these are new tires, so this is great. We'll talk about those a little bit later. But you'll see the DOT stamp right here, and it goes all the way through to here. If you look at the last 4 digits on any DOT stamp, you'll get the week and the year it was made. So if you look at these tires, they were made on the 5th week of year 2021. That way you know the age of your tires. So our previous tires were 6 years old. We knew by the stamp how old they were and when it was time to change. We knew there was starting to be a little bit of wear, a little bit of tear, and we want to make sure we change them because we do not want to chance that. We'd rather change them a year too early than a year too late. Number 5, I want you to please consider getting a TPMS, a tire pressure monitoring system. These things are so good. We just got ours, and we'll do a video on installing these and telling you a little bit about them. They're made by TimeMate, and we'll put a link to these down below. But it's a great, very low cost, a fairly low cost system that you can have on your tires that will display your tire pressure right there on your dash. Number 6, safety tip would be consider how you store your RV. Remember, you've got to take care of these tires. One thing we probably did based on the commercials telling us to do so, we would take petroleum-based spray and spray our tires and shine them up. That petroleum will eat away at your tire, the rubber. And also, if you're parked and you're going to be there for a while, consider covers, because the sun rays will eat away at this. And another point is, when you're parking it, make sure you're not near a heat source such as a radiator or electric motor. That heat will destroy your tires too. So number 7, another thing I want you to consider is roadside service. We've been investigating different brands and different clubs, and the two that we've come up that we tend to like the best is Good Sam's and AAA. We're going with AAA just based on the ratings that it's been getting, and we think it's really going to help us out. But just think about it. If you were out somewhere and you had a flat tire, wouldn't it be great to have AAA or another service to pull up and help you? Now remember, there are several levels to these, so you need to look at what level of a plan is right for you. But just research it and you'll probably find out this is something you want to get. Call them and ask questions if you have any. So now time for that bonus. If you haven't got one yet, check into the ViIAIR. We have the ViiAIR 400p-RV made just for RVs, and this could be your lifesaver.
Yeah, this saved our tush.
That's right.
It really did. Because you guys, if you watched our video that came out last week on the cracker docking, you know that we spent the night in the Cracker Barrel parking lot, which was absolutely great. What we didn't say in the video is that once we got done filming, we were actually ready to go. Danny went around to do his little tire check thing that he was doing while I finished up things on the inside. And guess what?
It was flat.
He comes in, got inside it, he goes, it's not showing any air.
So it wasn't registering on my pressure gauge. So we had to take it up and get it checked out. But to be able to get up there, we were able to pump it up with ViiAIR. And once I put the ViiAIR on there, it was showing about 60. So it was down about 20 pounds of air pressure, which I would advise you, once it goes down below 20%, that's considered flat. And I shouldn't have drove on it, but it was just, what happened is when we got stuck in the video master mooch docking, a piece of sand had got on one of our quick connect valves, and that sand was slowly letting the air come out. So the tire was not damaged, it just went low as we were in the Cracker Barrel parking lot. But this ViiAIR got us to the service center to check out the tire to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, it really saved us because we didn't have to call a tow truck or anything. We just pulled it out, hooked it to the battery, and pumped the tire up and went on over to the service center to get it checked out. It was great.
And we'll put a link to the ViiAIR down below and to some of those videos up above and down below.
Yep. We are Amazon affiliates, so it doesn't cost you any more to click on the link below to buy it. Just makes us a little bit.
Yeah, and we'd appreciate that. So
we're retired now.
Yep.
Almost.
Time this is released? No.
By the time this is released, you will have 2 days left. Danny will have 2 days left by the time this is released, and then we will be fully retired and on the road, folks.
That's right. So look into getting a ViiAIR. Make sure it's at least the 400p dash RV. There's a 450 for a higher, such as a Class A. So make sure you research that just a little bit so you get the right one for you and your RV.
And I will say, we got this in right before we left on our trip and threw it in at the last minute.
And the great news, it connects to your battery, and it's got long enough hoses to bring all the way to your back tire. So it's a great system set up, and I really suggest you getting it.
We were so glad.
Right.
So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss our videos. We're retired people now, so we're going to be going to some really amazing places and seeing some really amazing things and have a lot of great tips as we travel on the road.
Yeah, and share this with a friend that might need to know a little bit about tire safety and things they can do to stay safe, because we don't want anyone having an accident. We don't want to have anyone having an issue with their tires.
That's right. Until next time, God bless and many safe travels.
And go RV, America.